Today, we are showcasing an archetype that didn't even know it was an archetype before, ninjas. Hi everyone, this is Tombox. So, ninjas, what are they, how do they play, what do they do? Now, if you're a part of the older generation of Yu-Gi-Oh players, you might still think that, hey, these guys, they're like a control deck, but they have evolved. Fun fact, one of the first 5 effect monsters in the game was a ninja. Armed ninja from The Legend of the Blue-Eyes White Dragon. But times have changed. They're a crazy combo deck now. They just go crazy because they take advantage of what is not once per turn. And during the prime of the Infernoble Knight period, let's just say warriors got a ton of support that helped them combo even further, and now a Hanzo plus a warrior can basically build one of those classic dreaded unbreakable boards. Now in this video, I'll mainly be introducing you guys to the new ninjas from Darkwing Blast, as well as 2 additional cards, one being a World Premiere Trap card that I definitely want to get my hands on. I definitely want to get a playset of this just so that I can play it on my side deck. It's, to me, in my personal opinion, it's really good, no cap. I can't wait to show you guys later in the video. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell, hit the like button, and let's get into the new line of ninjas. Now don't worry everybody, I have read the cards and I'll keep it nice and short and organized so you guys can kind of grasp what they do. So for the new ninjas, for the most part, they have 2 real key effects here. They have one effect that helps build advantage on the field, and the second effect to interact with the opponent or develop something that interacts with the opponent. And we're going to use these new ninjas in combination with the old ninjas, which were mainly not once per turnish, and you'll see why it is so incredible when you can combine both of these together. You are going to be going through all of these monsters that we're going to search, because a lot of them you can summon more or less for free. But here we go. Starting off with the monster lineup, we have Tabari the Sky Ninja, a level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense winged beast. What it makes up for in the missing stats would be the usefulness of this card, as you can send this card to the graveyard and you can special summon any of your ninja from your hand in face up or face down defense position. This is huge because you can special summon out the Hanzo, and guess what? Hanzo will now be able to search you another ninja monster. And last I heard, Hanzo isn't exactly a once per turn kind of deal monster, so if you are going to continuously special summon a Hanzo, you kind of get my drift of being able to search out basically your entire deck of ninjas. But what does Tabari offer on the field? Well, if it's special summon or flip face up, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, which is essentially one of the best things to wall off against your opponent during the battle phase. Also, during your opponent's battle phase or main phase, you can use this card's effect to perform a fusion summon for a ninja monster. Note that I think there's only one ninja fusion monster that comes to my mind, which is in this set, which is Mazen, and that does require a ninja of different types, and that's why these new type ninjas are so useful to fulfilling that requirement. Next we have Baku the Beast Ninja, obviously a beast monster, level 3 wind with 1500 attack, 600 defense. This particular monster, if it is added to your hand except by drawing, you get to special summon out this card, which is fantastic because that will trigger its effect. If this card is special summon, you get to target a ninja or ninjutsu art from your graveyard or face up in your spell and trap zone, and you get to return it to the hand. It helps you with a bit of recovery, and if you search this card with Hanzo, which automatically fulfills the trigger to summon it out, it just means that this is a free extender from Hanzo. Next we have Mitsu the Insect Ninja. She is fantastic, level 2 water with 200 attack, 2100 defense, and she is one of your free extenders more or less. Again, if you search this card with Hanzo, you'll find that she's probably going to jump straight onto the field, because if you control a ninja or a face down defense position monster, she just comes out of your hand for free. You can just activate the effect and special summon her out. And on top of that, she also carries a negation with her. If the set card on the field, that face down defense position monster, is a ninja, when your opponent activates, say, a monster fight, you get to respawn, flip that card face up into face up defense position, flip this card into face down defense position, then if the targeted monster was a ninja, you get to negate your opponent's activated effect. Then we have Kagero the Canon Ninja. If this card is normal summon, special summon, or flip face up, you can special summon one ninja monster from your graveyard in face down defense position. So it's a free summon of a ninja. Naturally, Kagero can quite easily just summon into Mazen, because Mazen does have a different summoning condition aside from the fusioning. We'll get into that in a little bit. But don't forget, because I did mention that most of these ninjas, they have something that they do to build the board, but she also has another effect to help protect you from targeted effects. Now, Kagero does protect your monsters from being targeted when she is in the graveyard. What I mean by that is when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets exactly one ninja or one face-down monster, you get to activate her quick effect, at which, well, you can special summon this card in face-down defense position, and if you do, return the target back to your hand, which helps you maintain resources, and whatever that they targeted basically misses because it's no longer on the field anymore. Well, that would be it for the main deck lineup. So what about Mazen, the Battle Ninja? I mentioned that there was a fusion, right? So Mazen, the Battle Ninja, is your warrior fusion for ninjas. It requires 2 ninjas of different types to make. However, you have to either fusion summon out this card, or you can special summon this card from your extra deck by tributing. So it kind of reminds you of Thunder Dragon Colossus, but with ninjas. So your ninjas can attack directly, and while you control a face-down monster, you can't even attack this card, which makes it fantastic. And if your opponent activates a card or effect, you get to special summon out a ninja from your deck in face-up or face-down defense position. So you can definitely set up your Mitsu so they can get a bit of negation, or you go for a Hanzo and get yourself a search. And if you go for a Hanzo, Hanzo can search into the beast as well. So that just gives you a long line of monsters to play with. And of course, all your ninjas can attack directly, so that definitely makes it so that if they do not remove this threat, they are putting their life points at risk. And one fun thing you can do with this card is set up a cross sheep and then summon Mazen onto the cross sheep arrow so that you can get yourself your Hanzo back again, and you can, you know, kind of get some more free searches. And now we got some ninjutsu spells and traps, and then I got 2 more cards after that. Don't forget, I got a world premiere card to show to you guys, and we got another card to share with you guys that will definitely help with the ninja strategy. Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. This card, I'm just going to read it because it gets pretty wordy if I try to word it any other way. So if your opponent controls a card, you can set up to 1 ninja monster and up to 1 ninjutsu art spell trap, except for ninjutsu art notebook of mystery. So that's it, that's the effect. However, there's a couple of conditions that come right after it. These cards come from your deck and or graveyard, but only 1 can come from each. In other words, you can't like summon face down the ninja and pick from your deck, also get the set spell or trap card. So they have to come from graveyard and deck if you want to get 2. So that's the condition. If this set card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a face-up monster on the field and change it to face-down defense positions, which is decent. Now, it may seem like this is like a going second card. Your opponent has to control a card, but there are many ways that they can put a card on the field, such as Tearlaman's Havness. They can use Gizmek, you know, Orochi. They can also use cards like Gamma, and even if they activate Infinite Impermanence, they technically control the card, and this is a quick play spell. You can chain onto that Infinite Imperm to get this particular effect. So you might still want to try 1, even if you're building to go first. Ninjas also gain a new equip card. They have Ninjutsu Art Tool Iron Digger. This thing looks pretty sick. It looks like you're whipping around a centipede. Now, the equipped monster gains 500 attack, and they get treated as a ninja, which synergizes with one of the upcoming ninja trap cards. Now, in terms of what it actually does, this is your spot removal. This thing can help you remove cards off the field because once per turn, you can banish a ninja from your graveyard, target 1 card on the field, and destroy it. That's pretty nifty. Now, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished ninja monsters and add it to your hand, or special summon it face down. Do you see what I mean by this thing? It has some sort of built-in synergy with the thing that it is banishing. So consider this. You equip this onto your opponent's monster, because it doesn't state that you have to equip it to your own, and then you go ahead and pop your opponent's monster, banishing, say, a Hanzo, alright? And now, because the monster gets destroyed, this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. This is going to activate. The Iron Digger is going to activate, and you get to add back your Hanzo to your hand, or special summon face down onto the field. You know, there's a lot going for this card. I think this is probably one of the more useful equipped cards in the game. And finally, the new Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves. This is a continuous trap card, and much like most of the Ninjutsu Art cards, it does require a little bit of tributing. However, the tributing now is not the cost anymore. Very interestingly, you activate this card by tributing a ninja monster or a face-down defense position monster on the field. So you can even tribute any face-down. If your opponent sets a card, you can just tribute theirs as well, because it just states target 1 ninja. Or 1 face down. It doesn't say you have to control it. And if you tribute it, and if you do special summon a ninja from your deck, that's it. Wow, you get to summon any ninja from your deck. It kind of makes it so that it is probably one of the more powerful ones. I mean, it makes me feel like I want to activate Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse just to flip all my opponent's cards face down and then get rid of it using this card. And this is why it's pretty crazy. And when this card leaves the field, send that monster to the graveyard. You can target 1 ninjutsu art, continuous spell or trap in your spell and trap zone and return to the hand. So if this card is somehow stuck on the field, say the monster is gone or whatever, you can just put this card back in your hand, which is very, very useful. Now onto a world premiere card, the trap card that I definitely want to play set of myself. We have Destructive DaRuMa Karma Cannon. This card, let's just go over it, can change as many monsters on the field to face down defense position. Sounds like a Book of Eclipse. Then, if either player controls a face-up monster, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. Wow. That's pretty huge. I mean, if you set up a board with both link monsters and non-link monsters, you get to turn everything face down and send away the links. And this card is also not once per turn. So if you have multiple copies of this, you can just do it again. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? To make sure that, of course, there are stuff that they can flip face down. All right? They have to at least flip face down due to the conjunction of then. The first part still must happen, okay? So that's just to be fair. Let me know what you guys think about the Destructive DaRuMa Karma Cannon. And the final monster that I get to introduce to you guys that also helps with the ninja strategy as well as a lot of other strategy. This is probably one of the most important cards in the set of Darkwing Blast. We have World Sea Dragon, Atlantis. Alright, Atlantis, Sea Serpent, and what makes this particular Link 4 monster so unique is that the recipe really just requires one effect monster. In other words, if you have a Link 4, any Link 4 monster can convert into a Atlantis. And as long as, you know, they can be used as link material, to be fair. You can only control one World Sea Dragon's Atlantis, but keep this in mind. The reason why this card is so crazy good has two effects. During your main phase, you can banish all monsters on the field and basically reset the entire field, because then you have to special summon as many monsters that were banished by this effect to their owner's field. So in other words, you're not getting rid of them, but you are changing all these battle positions. You're swiping the board, and they're putting them back on there. They're coming back on shore, but what's happening here is that you get to control the position that they come back in. So if they're link monsters, obviously they get summoned back out in attack position, but you get to summon them in face up or in face down defense position. By face up, it didn't say face up defense, it just means face up. So in other words, you can summon it in attack position or defense position face up, or you can put it in face down defense position if that's how you would choose. In other words, you can really use this to wipe away a lot of problems. If your deck can climb links really, really well and burn off a couple of those negations that might be used to disrupt you, you can use this to reset the board and completely win. And during the battle phase, you can destroy cards on the field up to the number of co-link monsters on the field. So tons of great effects coming from this thing, and definitely really useful for ninjas, because imagine that you have two Hanzos that are set up on the field right now, and then you activate the effect. You essentially just resummon those Hanzos, and now you're getting additional monsters, getting additional ninjas straight up. And if you have Upstart Golden Ninja, you get to reset his effect as well, essentially giving you 3+ monsters. It's like you just use Saryuja to get yourself free monsters, and then now you use Atlantis to give you even more free cards. Let's just say this is just going, a little out of hand. That's it for my Darkwing Blast reveals for ninjas and a couple of additional cards. You guys definitely did not want to miss out on those ones. And if you guys enjoyed this video, smash a thumbs up button. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit subscribe and ding that notification bell. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one very soon.